Greetings, everyone. It's Dr. Colosimo from Juan Diego Catholic High School. And what we're doing with these videos is called the Senior Review. We started it a year ago, and it involves our graduating seniors. And what we try to do is have interviews with just a number of them in and around graduation. So, guys, this will air, in the 10 days from the senior farewell mass, the baccalaureate, and graduation on Memorial Day weekend. I just want to start by saying a little bit, Kayla, you talk a little bit about your time here at Juan Diego and how you connected with Sara.
So I have always been interested in science, and so our sophomore year we both took AP seminar as part of the Capstone program, and our first semester is all about, practicing with our groups and doing these presentations to prepare for the final presentation. And I know for both of us, our groups fell apart a little bit, or we didn't feel super connected to them. And Sara reached out to me and asked if I wanted to join a group. And I was hesitant, but I agreed, and I found out we both were really interested in biology and STEM, and we were able to do a biology-based project together, and we became really close after that.
So sophomore year in high school, you came together because of AP seminar.
Yes.
And part of AP seminar is you have to do a project, right? And it's like a team project where you're kind of relying upon other students to do their fair share of it. And so what was your experience of AP seminar, Sara, and how did that get you connected to Kayla?
Yeah, I think it was a really good experience. I had a lot of fun with AP seminar for, what Kayla was saying, the first semester it was like we were doing practice presentations, but then for second semester we did our real ones, which is when Kayla and I were in a group, and we did, we studied invasive sea lampreys in the Great Lakes and just methods to control them. So it was because I'm interested in marine biology, Kayla really likes evolution and stuff like that. So we found a kind of middle group thing along with our other member, and we just worked together on it. And it was
it just
fun.
The two of you in a group?
It was us two and then Marissa Cruz, so a group of three.
So three were in it, and that whole experience culminates with a video presentation, right?
Yep.
Talk a little bit about that. You get graded, and how does it work?
Yeah, so you, for weeks leading up to it, you kind of prepare for it, and each of you will go into a lens with your project. So you have this overarching question, and then each of you has a different kind of perspective through which to answer that question. And so ours was, how can we control these overpopulating sea lampreys in the Great Lakes? And so I did a lampricide lens, and Sara, did you do?
I did pheromones.
Pheromones. And so we were both able to, give these distinct perspectives, and that kind of culminated into a final conclusion that was supported or used as a counter-argument from our perspectives.
But the way it works is, so you go through this whole process, and then the last piece of it is like a video. Mm-hmm. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so first we have individual essays that we write, but then the final thing, it's a 10-minute long presentation, and you switch between the group members talking about our different lenses and giving context, and just introducing the question. So it was we'd get all dressed up in nice attire, and then we'd go do recordings for it, and then submit it to the College Board for a score.
So that actually is the grade. The video's made, we send it off, and there are evaluators that look at the video, not for its artistic content, but for just your ability to answer the question and how intelligent you went about doing it. Okay. So then the other experience that you had was the summer science up at the University of Utah. Both of you did that. Did you do it between your junior and senior year, or sophomore?
We did it during different years. I did it for my sophomore and junior, and Kayla did it this summer.
Well, talk a little bit about that. So what was that like, Sara? You go up to the University of Utah, and
Yeah, I took
What
the
happens?
tracks up every day, so that was always a fun experience. But then, so I don't remember exactly how many people were in our like group, but I think there was maybe like 8 or 9 total for my year, and we each got like separated into different labs. Some had like 2 people, but we all worked on different projects. So for mine, I was in the Peterson lab, and we were using zebrafish to investigate like functions of certain genes. We were in the College of Pharmacy, so it was like biomedical research. So we just spent the whole summer like doing our own, like not necessarily our own research project, but we would conduct research based on like what they've been doing. So like they'd give part of their projects to us to work on, and then at the end we would do like a presentation at the end of like the internship in front of everyone, and then in front of like our lab groups.
Yeah, so just so people know, that program was started 15 years ago. It's funded by the Skaggs family, and every year we try to send 8 or 10 more if they're interested, but you kind of give up your summer, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is it like
It's
6
30 hours
weeks?
a week, yeah.
It's 30 hours a week for like 6 weeks, and it's pretty, demanding. You have to, first of all, it's hard to even get there at the University of Utah the way Trax is, but then once you're there, you go to the College of Pharmacy. It's named after Mr. Skaggs, and you work with these researchers trying to figure out like their world, their life.
Mm-hmm.
So what was your experience like? You went just this past summer.
Yes, yeah, I did. I had a very similar experience. Leading up to it, you get to choose kind of your top 3 projects that you want to work on, and then you get to hear back and hope that you get the one you wanted. And luckily for me, I got my top choice, and I was working with another student because they had 2 projects within the same lab, and I was observing and helping modifying monoclonal antibodies for cancer therapy. And it was super fun because I had never experienced lab work before. I always knew I loved field work, but this was my very first introduction into lab work, and it was really amazing to learn about molecular biology in a way I had never been able to before. I had always been very focused on animal biology and evolutionary biology, and so it was really exciting to be able to.
So this lab is a real lab. It's not like a make-believe thing.
Yeah, it's a real lab. So the private investigator is what they call the head, who kind of observes all of the work going on, and her name was Dr. Shreya Goel. And then there were multiple projects underneath her. Matt Goff and Esther Need, they both had their own specific projects that one of them was separating antibodies into their components to attach an isotope on it to hopefully be able to inject that into a tumor or close to the tumor site. That way you have very specific targeting. And then the other project that Esther was doing was kind of targeting these tumors. They have this acidic outer layer, and they produce these proteins that kind of disable T cells, and that prevents the body from attacking these cancer cells. And so her project was kind of creating this surrounding on the antibody. That way that part could be destroyed and the antibody could get close to the tumor and destroy it, ideally.
Yeah, so it's real stuff. It's actual research that is going to get published in a scientific journal and hopefully somehow improve people's lives. That's kind of the thing. And it's a long process, but so it's not make-believe lab. It's really happening. Yeah. And so outside of like these tremendous science experience and background that you have, Sarah, what would you say, what else about Juan Diego kind of stands out for you?
I think like academically there's been a lot of opportunities for me to, because I've always liked to challenge myself academically, so I think at Juan Diego I've been able to be able to take these like rigorous courses. In 8th grade I did the St. John's Academy, so I was able to like take some high school courses through it, and one was earth science, which I think kind of got me into like wanting to do like marine biology, environmental science. Like that was the first like kind of thing that got me into it. And then just since then, there's just been a lot of like good opportunities like AP Seminar, AP Research to kind of get some experience.
Where are you going to school next year?
University of California, San Diego.
So San Diego makes sense because of its, well, why? Because it's
Yeah, so they have this
great weather, or
great weather. It's right on the coast, and they also have their Scripps Institute of Oceanography, which is one of like the leading marine biology research organizations kind of things there. So I'll be able to like do some research through them, get good experience, and just a really well like education there too.
So it's obviously a great place to go to school, but more importantly, it kind of matches up with your academic needs. And And Kayla, where are you going?
I'm going to UC Davis.
So in California too, but on the other side of
Yep.
California. Yeah, you're going to have great weather. You'll have pretty good weather, but they definitely get, the cold and the snow, so you can compare notes, about it. So, well, thank you guys. We'll put this all together, and at some point during our graduation exercises, this will air. Okay, thanks guys. Yeah, thank you.